I spent the day with Bakum to learn how they make their signature pastries with an Asian American twist. Bakum is a bakery located in the East Bay area, infusing unique flavors into their croissants, buns, cookies, and much more. You'll find pastries like a croissubi, aka a croissant-musubi, okonomiyaki Danish, and black sesame snickerdoodle. My day started out waking up bright and early to meet the owner Joyce and the Bakum team in their commissary over in Berkeley. They produce most of their pastries in this one facility and have a popular storefront over in Oakland where they're serving up their iconic pastries. To start this story, I first need to introduce you to Joyce, the mastermind behind Bakum.
My name is Joyce Chang and I'm the owner-operator of Bakum. I quit my job in tech back around 2015 to pursue my passion of baking and working in kitchens and getting more training. Basically, I was working in tech from the moment I graduated from college, and that's basically all I had known was a really charmed tech life. At Facebook, I took a viennoiserie class. Viennoiserie is like the laminated French croissant class at the San Francisco Baking Institute. I was in South San Francisco, and then I ended up driving back to work with boxes upon boxes of freshly baked croissants, and I brought them to my team at Facebook. And it was really, really jarring because everyone was so excited about those pastries and they were so happy. At that moment, I was like, well, if I can create that much joy through a pastry, then what am I doing working in tech?
Now, the other folks you need to know are the Bakum team. I met a portion of the team, all of whom were incredibly kind and patient enough to show me how to roll and shape my very own croissant. So I put on my apron, slapped on some gloves, and got to work.
I like to stretch it out like this. The idea is to stretch it out and roll it up.
Okay.
And it's pretty giving at the moment.
Okay.
And then I like to roll it towards me. Everyone's style is different, so kind of find a style that works for you.
At Bakum, the process for making croissants is a 3-day affair. It involves lamination, chilling, folding, and overall careful preparation. If you have warm hands, like me, you can easily melt the butter in the dough and tarnish the final product. Made with 27 layers, each croissant is hand-rolled to produce 7 shoulders, which I learned are these raised edges on each of the croissants. The masters were rolling these croissants quickly and efficiently, and I can't say that was the same for me.
As long as you get 7 shoulders, these are what we call shoulders, so
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 7 of those.
Gotcha.
I like to do it like this. Some people like to just kind of grab it, see how Joe's doing.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. My palms are making it melt, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just roll it.
James and I have hot hands.
Yeah, I got that hands too.
How many shoulders today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7? Kind of?
There you go.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and then kind of pat it down a little
Got
bit.
it? Okay. From my years of expertise in rolling up Pillsbury crescent rolls for Thanksgiving dinner, I had some vague idea of what I was supposed to be doing, but it certainly wasn't the same. Now fast forward a couple steps, and the final product post-bake should look something like this.
You can see how even the layers of lamination are on this guy. That means the team did an incredible job and all the butter is even. And they didn't break it. It wasn't too cold. It was laminated at the right temperature. And then you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shoulders is kind of what we call it. We've got this beautiful, perfectly irregular crumb structure on the inside of the croissant, which is exactly what we're looking for.
The pastries here at Bakum are like no other. You'll find items like the traditional croissant on the menu, but they also take it to the next level.
The inspiration for the flavors on the menu right now come from one part nostalgia and childhood memories, and then other flavor profiles that we've grown up loving. And a lot of the inspiration comes from the team and some of it comes from me, but we kind of gather our inspiration from places we eat at, other things that we eat from dim sum restaurants, stuff like that. And so we kind of gather and coalesce, and then we'll trial items at the bakery too. And some of them will make it, but some of them won't make it. And what you don't see is a lot of the failures.
Luckily, Joyce was kind enough to show me the ropes on how they make their signature milk buns. I will say that shaping these milk buns are a deceptively simple looking task.
We're gonna shape some milk buns today. You just gotta make sure you got enough flour on your hands, but you don't want any flour on your table because you need it to stick. If it helps you, sometimes people like to pre-shape it a little bit. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're gonna create tension on the top of that bun until you end up with a nice ball. And you kind of just want to make sure as you squish it, it just kind of pops back up. That's it. You're just creating a really tight top tension layer on the bun. You're gonna flour your hands.
Okay.
So make sure there's enough flour.
I got one piece.
But are you sliding or are you sticking?
Sliding.
You need to dust off the dough.
Okay.
And then let's make you a new surface. Try again.
All right.
It needs to also roll. It needs some movement in your hand.
Okay.
So you're like winding up a yo-yo. You just gotta, you gotta whip it in different.
Easy. I was like, why is this? What is this?
It's meeting the corner of your hand, and you're winding it up.
So is it not supposed to have a seam on
It
the
shouldn't
bottom?
shouldn't have a butt. Dipple.
Okay, so keep going.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
you want to close that up.
Okay, I got it. Yep.
Cool. That's better.
It seems very simple, like you're just rolling it in a ball, but it's actually a lot more nuanced.
Because it's not tangen. You can't just.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Check.
There you go.
Better.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Who knew shaping buns could be such an art, and one that I really struggled at? It was all about producing the right level of tension so that the dough bounces back while maintaining a tight bun-like shape. While I didn't get to see the milk buns through to the end, I did get to try some of their other popular treats, which I was very excited for, to say the least.
The most popular item is probably the okonomiyaki Danish. We're running about 1,000 of them a month.
So we've got here the okonomiyaki Danish, which is one of the most popular items here at Bakum. It basically is like a pastry topped with bonito flakes, I think, and some mayonnaise, and it looks super tasty, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Check out those beautiful layers. Cheers. Super good. I can definitely understand why this pastry is a bestseller. It tasted like a savory, umami-filled bite wrapped in a buttery and flaky pastry. The Kewpie mayo was also a nice touch and felt reminiscent of a pork floss or hot dog style bun that you can find at a Chinese bakery. I also love that no pastry here goes to waste. Even the croissant scraps are repurposed in a cheesy garlic pull-apart bread. I mean, what's not to love about that? And before I left, I did have one more question for Joyce, which I really wanted to know the answer to, just personally.
Go buy a scale. I actually think that's one of the most important things that a home cook should have. Just go buy a scale and it'll make you a better baker. Like that. If you want things to be really accurate, I have a micro scale and I have a regular scale. So micro scale lets me dose down to the 0.1 gram. And so at that point, like, I'm getting really, really accurate with all my readings, and my results are always really, really consistent. I'd say that's the best gift that you could give yourself as a home cook.
After a few hours, I went home with an iconic pink box full of pastries where I got to dig into even more tasty creations. More importantly though, I spent time reflecting and realized even the name Bakum represents so much about the bakery itself.
It's just a play on dim sum for the most part. And some we liked it just because it meant art in Cantonese, and some means the coming together of like a lot of things, a lot of additional things. So like we're in America, but we're Asian, and so adding together all the things and flavors that make us Asian American in a bakery, essentially.
The story of Joyce, Bakum, and her team is certainly an inspiring one, bringing together a medley of Asian and American flavors in their unique pastries. Not only are their pastries delicious, but they're a reflection of the Asian American community here in the Bay Area and beyond.